Hi, my name is Dana, and I wanted to do a testimonial to share about my health journey and how Happy Bum Bag coffee enemas have literally saved me. They've been amazing. So I'm doing this video in my shower. This is where I do the enemas. This is the amazing silicone coffee bag or coffee enema bag and the tubing. This is the amazing little plunger to make the coffee, which I'm just gonna sit down here, and the beginner's kit, which I highly recommend. It's seriously amazing. It has everything you need, including happy bum beans, coffee to make the enemas using the plunger. And my health journey has been, I had friends that did coffee enemas as cleanses, but I've never felt the need to do them until I started having some very serious chronic health issues. And they began when I was living in Hawaii, and I did some cleanses, but I wasn't interested in doing enemas. I did like the master cleanse, and I was able to feel a bit better. I had a reaction to antibiotics, a reaction to a tattoo. Fast forward a few years, I moved back to Arizona and to help care for my parents, and just had a lot of stress, but then health issues started to hit badly, from TMJ to neuropathy. I couldn't feel my hands and feet, myofascial pain extreme in my face. I started getting migraines that were horrific. I literally couldn't stand or sit longer than 15 minutes without needing to lay on an ice pack. I couldn't make conversation. I could no longer walk around the block. It felt like I was moving through molasses. I couldn't find words. I had neurological issues. I had electric currents. My rib cage moved to the left. And meanwhile, I was covered head to toe in bruises. I was gaining 10 pounds a year. My bladder started having issues. And I had a 2-page list of symptoms, went to my doctor, and they told me I needed antidepressants, which I was like, no, I'm depressed, but because of chronic health. And so fast forward a few years. So I was misdiagnosed for almost 7 years with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, myofascial syndrome, occipital neuralgia, migraines, and I tried all different forms of therapy. In August of 2022, I went to an integrative medicine doctor and was diagnosed with CIRS, chronic inflammatory response syndrome, and mold illness, which I had never heard of. But looking back through my life, living in Hawaii, the roof was black, and I remember at that time feeling really tired, and the reaction to the tattoo that I had, things were happening, and I remember thinking there was something in the house that was making me ill. So for me, it was water damaged buildings with mold that you couldn't see or smell. And so I began a treatment protocol with binders and needed to do, because it messed with my digestion so much. I had SIBO, which is really from the mold, candida, all these things. And my colon was not working. And so I needed to get the toxins out. So I did do some colonics, but I began researching coffee enemas, and there's a lot online. There's a lot of opinions, and it's terrifying, really. And so I came across Happy Bum Bag, and it was incredible. The website is amazing. Kaya, the founder, I emailed her with questions, and she was always so kind in messaging me back. I read through a lot of the testimonials and on people's chronic health journeys and how it helped them, and it gave me really a lot of comfort. It comforted my fears, and so I ordered the pack and the coffee, and I started doing them. And I started with one here and there, and then I did them daily, and then I did them twice daily for 5.5 months. And there is no way that I could have detoxed. I'm still detoxing right now, more mold and heavy metals, but there is no way that I could have gone through this detox without coffee enemas. And the wonderful thing about Happy Bum Bag is that, I mean, I loved her instructional video, the frequently asked questions, the emails that come, and like I said, her, you know, she's always willing to answer questions, and other people have testimonials. I'm not on Facebook, but there's a Facebook page, and so it just felt really reassuring, and the products are amazing. You can see this is silicone, you can see through it, it's easy to clean. I love Kaya's, one of the questions, she frequently asked questions is about cleaning, and I was so petrified of there being mold in the bag or like germs, taught like how to clean it. And so I did, you know, soap, hydrogen peroxide, soap again, hydrogen peroxide, like every time, and it was exhausting. And then I read her frequently asked questions about cleaning, and I think her comment was, you know, let's not complicate this. Like, you know, do soap, and you can occasionally hydrogen peroxide, whichever makes you feel good. And so I'm a little bit less OCD now that I've had more toxins come out, which they are neurotoxins, so that's definitely affected my OCD and anxiety. But it's also, I think, just the comfort of using this and doing more of them and listening to my body. I think that's really important to not compare ourselves. So if you're listening to my testimonial and you're wondering, you know, if these could be right for you, then you're probably in the right place. But just know that what works for me in terms of how many I do is, that's been something that, because there are other people with mold illness or heavy metals, and maybe they do once a week, or maybe they do 3 days a week. So I think that whatever diagnosis we have doesn't so much matter as, you know, listening to our bodies and what our body needs at that particular time. So at the beginning of my detox for mold, for the first 5.5 months, I mean, I ended up doing 2 water enemas daily and 2 coffee enemas daily. And then I had to stop for, I had to have a hemorrhoid surgery, and then I had to have a hysterectomy. And so I took the time to heal. I took the time off, and I wasn't sure what would happen. And then I had symptoms arise and discovered I have still mold and still heavy metals, and my body was ready to detox again. And so I emailed Kaya, and again, she was amazing with her help. And so I got this new setup to start over again. And I'm doing, it varies. I'll either do 1 coffee enema daily, occasional water one as well. But if I'm doing chelation for heavy metals, then I might need to do 2 a day. But again, everyone's different. So I'm just really tuning into my body, because I don't want to overdo it, but I do want to allow those toxins to get out. And it's just, yeah. So I just want to share, you know, if you're in chronic illness and you're wondering about coffee enemas, you're in the right place, seriously. So I hope that you have freedom from whatever health you have and get some happy bum veins. Oh, I've also used the turmeric. I haven't tried the probiotic, but I'd like to, and I know that it's all really helpful. And like I said, there's no way that I could be this close to recovery, and I still have a ways to go. And I'm excited to get there. But I mean, I feel like now I actually see a light at the end of the tunnel, whereas before, I didn't think that I would ever get well, and I felt like I had been buried alive. And so this has been helping me and helping my body release toxins so that my body will restore its balance. And eventually the goal is that, you know, I won't need them daily, maybe here and there, or maybe just more on occasion for maintenance. But there is no other company that I would trust. They're just so clean, they're amazing, they're such high quality. And the care that Kaya and her team put into this company, and the quality beans, having that plunger to make the coffee, and just a whole resource of a community to share testimonials is so helpful. So again, I mean, I'm coming from a person who never had health issues. I was super healthy. I had my own company. I took people swimming with whales and dolphins as a mermaid. And then I became just this corpse of a human. And I now feel like I have a chance at life again. And so I don't I don't know what's around the next bend, but I'm really excited. And Happy Bum Bag is such a part of my health journey and helping me have a second chance at getting well. So thank you, Kaya, and your team and your amazing company. And I just wish all of you the most amazing health journey and experience as you try the coffee enemas too. One other thing I'll just add, my website, if you're curious about chronic inflammatory response syndrome, is www.curscampaign.org. And there's a lot of resources. So if you think you might be misdiagnosed or have some similar symptoms and might have mold, I'm trying to get the word out because mold is becoming more rampant and we really need to spread the word on it. So thank you, Kaya. Thank you, Happy Bum Bag, and I wish you all the best. Bye.